I analyze my fights more than anybody. So after I rewatched it, I was like, well, that was a lot closer than people thought. But it doesn't matter if it's close if you lose. So yeah, I'm planning on this one not being so close.
You talked about the changes you've made in your personal life, lack of social media and all that stuff. How do you feel that will actually play into the performance on Saturday, if at all?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But I feel just overall and a lot. And I never felt like I was in a bad place or sad place or dark place. I always felt pretty good. But I always felt like I could feel better. So I think whether it helps the performance or not, like I feel better. So that's all that matters.
That line you said you were too attached to that Sugar character that was on the countdown. Is that why you didn't dye the hair or anything for this fight, or you just didn't want to sit down for it?
I just didn't want to sit down for it. I love the pink hair. It's fun, but that's a process, and I was just kind of. I thought bringing back the OG hair would be pretty cool too. I think last time I had this was Jose Quinones. The first time I did my hair was June 6, 2020, so almost 5 years ago to the day. And yeah, so it was pretty crazy. I thought bringing back the OG hair was it was cool.
Tim's done some interviews. He said, the lighting was weird. Chael said that you were pulled in all these different directions and just all these distractions and everything. But in other interviews, you seem to kind of stop yourself when you could give excuses. You kind of stop yourself. It's in the past. I just kind of want to. It is what it is. I think is what you say. So it feels like. What is that like? Like you could give excuses, but you just kind of stop yourself from kind of doing that.
Oh no, my hip was my excuse. I've been saying that. I had a torn labrum. It's like. I walked into that cage confident. I was going to beat Merab. I don't regret walking into that cage. He beat me. It is what it is. My performance wasn't as, I rewatched it. There was things I could have done better. But, in the cage that night, I felt good. I just didn't prepare the way I was supposed to because I wasn't able to. It wasn't because I was, fucking around doing other things. I was still at a good camp, disciplined, weight was good, everything was good. Just wasn't able to do what you need to be able to do to fight someone like Merab.
And if you get that belt back, do you feel like this is a trilogy that would need to be completed, or would you kind of look at other options out there?
Definitely possible. I like having options. I like it's nice to be able to have options after a fight, so that's possible.
Do you like this build up to Sean now? Because it's been pretty respectful between you two. He even was in here and said he called you the best bantamweight ever. If anyone can fight 4 times in 1 year, it's you. So it's been very respectful between you and Sean, this build up.
Yeah, of course. Listen, most important is just show up, fight day, and fight, and that's we don't have to have a drama if it's not organic, if it's not real. To be honest, I'd rather he still talking trash. It will be so much better, because so. But it's all good. After the fight, O'Malley said. Even he said in his interview, even when my mom asked me what was wrong with you, I tell him nothing. I just lost the fight, and then the excuse starts a couple of days later. But yeah, so I just wanna give him another chance. I first fight when it was too easy and I was too relaxed there, and I see everything, I control everything, and I did kiss him. I did make fun of him, but this time, so I'm gonna focus more. Finish. That's what we was working on, and that's what I'm looking for. But of course, it helps. You have to do your best always in your training camp, and most important is he's very humble now, and I think these things will help him. It looks so humble for me, because first fight when we have a face-off or every time we met, he was always just disrespect me. He looked me on top like he was thinking he was better than me, and I'm sure all these changes will help him.
Yeah, last question: do you believe you humbled him?
He seems more humble than he was before my fight.
Thank you.
Julianna doesn't excel at fighting, so she has to excel at the other piece of it. And it's not personal to me, she's just doing her job.
Was that a hard part to, like, when you first got into MMA? Because, like, in the Olympics, it's a tournament. Like, no matter how much you talk.
Yeah, and not only that, it's like a Japanese sport, so it's like the most respectful sport in the Olympics.
So you say it's not personal, but it seems like the fans are very much behind you. Have you kind of felt that?
I have, yeah, I have, and I'm so grateful for it. I feel like Julianna is the perfect villain to, I guess, make me a hero in people's eyes. I think before everyone's like, oh, I don't know if it's my dominance. I don't know if it's because I am so like physically strong looking, but I feel like or maybe because I haven't been in the UFC for very long, but I feel like a lot of people weren't too keen on me. And now all of a sudden it's like I'm America's sweetheart and I'm just going to take it and run with it. I mean, I think hands down, this is the most trash talk. I mean, I don't need, like, the talk itself is trashy. I don't know if it's good trash talk, but it's trashy. This is the most I've ever had to endure. Yeah. It's the worst trash talk I've ever had to endure, too. I'll tell you what. Like, if you, being a female, being in a male dominant sport, like going to American Top Team, you think I don't hear shit all day, every day? I walk into the gym and they're starting to, so like but this is just poorly done, and I'm ready to fight. I'm done talking about it. I'm ready to fight.
I am not trash talking. I'm simply defending myself. This all started before I even knew who Kayla Harrison was. When I beat Amanda Nunes, I saw this blonde girl sitting cage side, freaking out, cussing and having all sorts of obscenities to say about me for beating Amanda Nunes and throwing a gigantic wrench in her plans. So she's been trash talking me for a long time, long before I even knew who she was. And then it created more of a problem for me when she said that it was going to be the media's fault. It was going to be the media's fault for having blood. They were going to have blood on their hands for you guys giving me the delusion to think that I could hang with her and stand across the octagon from her. Then her agent had made a comment that she was going to win by murder and that she was going to catch some murder charges because she was going to murder me. These are the things me talking back is my way of defending myself. And I believe that, she can say that it's trash talk, but it's like I'm just responding to the things and the allegations and these horrendous comments that she has made about me. She needs to take accountability for the things that she said, and it's my job to make her do that on Saturday night. I think the most special thing about that in general is the fact that I'm the first woman to give birth and win a world title. I'm the only woman to give birth and win a world title. I'm the only woman to give birth and win a title a second time after losing the belt and coming back and being able to get that gold a second time. So there's no other woman that can say that, and I can say that.
And just last one for me, Kayla said the only chance that you had to win is to turn this into a brawl. So I guess, how do you see this fight actually playing out on Saturday?
Well, if she said it's going to be a brawl, then I guess I'll give her what she wants. No, I see the fight playing out with me getting my hand raised. I don't know how, I don't know when. I just know that I am very dangerous everywhere. I have multiple avenues to win this fight. I can win off of my back, I can win off of the cage, and I can win off of my feet. And having multiple avenues and multiple paths to victory is what makes me more dangerous, whereas she has only one shot to beat me, which is laying on top of me for 25 minutes.
Well, bro, because out of everyone that's ever come over, I'm 31 years old, and I'm 20-1 with a very, very close close decision loss. I mean, I could be 21-0, one round removed. I'm in my prime. I have like an 80% finish rate, and the last 5 guys I fought have like a record of like 120-15. That's like. Like crazy amount of experience that they have and crazy good names, So I feel like I'm one of the most hyped prospects that ever had come over. But maybe if the promotion didn't sell and all this stuff, I don't even know if I would have been able to get out to come over, you know what I mean? So like, I guess like everything just worked out for a reason, and I belong in the UFC. I am among, if not, I truly, full-heartedly believe I'm the best bantamweight in the world, and I need to be in the UFC to prove that. Magomedov, who I've beaten twice and finished, has wins over Yan. Bandejas, who I finished in a minute, has wins over Merab. Like much respect though to them guys, but I'm saying I've been fighting. Kyoji Horiguchi fought for the UFC world title. He's 7-1. Sergio Pettis, I fought him at his prime. You know, he was in the UFC at 23. I fought him at 30, coming off a 7-year win streak, and he just beat Patricio Pitbull. You know, so like, and I'm finishing these guys. Rufian Stotts, 19-1, 2-time national champion, knocked him out in a minute. Like, you know, so these guys, only other losses to Merab. They're all sleepers with really, really good names and records, but I don't have a lot of like validation for beating these guys. So when I go fight Mario Bautista on Saturday, I don't think it's a step up. I think maybe he's as good as the last 5 guys I've had. Maybe he's not. I don't even think he beats all them. But I know that it'll validate my career when I finish him on Saturday.
Joe, right here. So after the pullout from in Mexico, you got a lot of hate in your comments and everything. Does that light a fire under you a little bit, or do you find it amusing?
They can still suck my dick, honestly. That's how I feel. It was not a race statement, which everybody tried to turn it into. Like, I don't like Mexicans and all this shit. I don't like their food. I don't like the fucking country. That's how I feel. I don't think as a professional athlete fighting somewhere with that kind of elevation or that kind of air quality and the risk, let alone just of the food, like the air quality and the elevation wasn't even hard for me to adjust to. I got there early. I slept in a hyperbaric chamber. I was adjusted. I was making runs. I felt great. It's just 14 out of the 15 meals I cooked, I didn't cook on the last day, and I got super sick, and I was sick for weeks. So, yeah, I got a lot of hate because, you know, I'm sitting there borderline crying, upset, and gutted that I didn't get to perform. I make the weight. I felt great, and then all of a sudden I get hit with this vicious fucking shit, vomit, throw up. Like, it just, like, the sweats. I lost 14 pounds in 7 hours, and I slept 1 hour. I was literally close to making weight again when I woke up. I was 193 pounds. I'm a dude that walks around at 220. Like, it wasn't feasible. And I've never had to pull out of a fight, so it was very disheartening to see people be like, oh, we hope the cartel kills you. We hope your plane crashes. Oh, you're a pussy. We hope you die from whatever. So it's like, all right, suck my dick. That's how I felt. And that's why I said Mexico's a shithole, and I'll never go back. I won't fight there. But the people were nice. I have no problem with the people. It's just fighting there as a professional athlete makes no sense to me. That's just my personal opinion. So everybody claims they love free speech until it's spoken, and then they try to censor you, or they try to say you're a racist, or they try to say that you hate people. It's like, whatever. Think what the you want. I don't give a as far as me being more complete, you know, I think a lot of people go off my Jack Hermanson fight, which is fine, but you know, that was my first big show, my first big test. Walked into it not 100%, had some things going on, and you know, it wasn't my best performance, but I didn't get rocked, I didn't get dropped, I didn't get submitted, I didn't get fraud checked. So let's redefine what fraud checked is. If anybody got fraud checked, we could say it's Bo Nickel. He got finished on his first loss. I lost basically a split decision, 3 rounds to 2. So it is what it is, man. Yeah, but I'm prepared for KG of old.
What was the fight that you almost got that you had to?
I had the Baratas fight, but then Gary's popular ass came and took it. So
was that an annoying, like maybe even mentally, kind of like you thought you had the fight and then all of a sudden you didn't have the fight?
Nah, I'm used to it. That's been my whole career. They say, Kev, we need you. I'm there. We don't need you no more. See you next week. So just used to it.
How many fights do you think you get into this year, like by the end of the year?
So I thought you were going to ask me this weekend.
It is
nah, by the end of the year, I think for sure I'll hit that. I think I'll for sure hit 5 to 6 fights before the year is over with. I mean, realistically, it's like we're already at 3, and it's like 2 more would be easy as hell. 3 more is really idealistically I could do, but that just means I'd have a really busy year, and that means next year probably wouldn't be as busy.